We've been living in our RV full-time for 14 months now. In today's video, we're going to share how we got brutal with what we still own and what we left behind in our old life. Things we miss and things we're surprised that we don't miss at all. We purged, we sold, donated, and gave away so much. Each time we thought we were down to the bare minimum, we found ourselves reevaluating and purging more. Clothes are the first thing. We have a small RV, but it has some good space for clothes storage. And we added some more along the sides of the bed. Heather sewed these large pockets to make use of the lost space along the side of the bed under the edge of the mattress. It's a great place to add some clothes storage. Still, we keep looking in our closets and trying to decide if we can get rid of more to keep it streamlined and lightweight.
We eliminated the old, worn-out items and the ones we never wore. Sadly, there were many items of clothing that were still in great shape that fit well and that we liked, that we ended up having to put in donation box in order not to overflow our closets and shelves with clothes. Living in our trailer means our type of clothes were a little bit different too. We're more inclined to wear t-shirts and shorts, and those dress shirts and dress pants are no longer a main part of our wardrobe. I kept my 2 nice dresses just in case we have someplace special to go, and of course the matching pair of shoes. But the rest went to others.
We also have the dilemma of not knowing whether we will need our winter boots, coats, cold weather gear, or if we will always be in the south in the winter. Since we know that all our family still live in Canada and we might fly up to see them in the winter or stretch our time in Canada until after Christmas before we head south.
Done that before.
We each decided to keep a winter coat and a pair of boots for the times that we were still in the Great White North.
Surprisingly, this winter in Florida, there was a cold snap, and I actually ended up pulling out my winter coat one night as the temperature dipped to the freezing point.
We left behind having a garden and growing our own vegetables each summer. We've tried growing some tomatoes in a bin this summer, but it isn't quite the same as the large garden we used to have.
No.
We left behind having a 2.5-car garage where we could park and protect our vehicle from the elements and a place to store and organize our tools. A place to putter on projects with a vise and a workbench. So convenient. Now we dig out our limited tools from the pass-through or bins in the truck and use a picnic table as our workbench. Luckily, fellow campers are a kind and generous lot, and we can borrow or share our tools with others as needed. Also, if we're staying near family or friends, we often use these times to borrow tools or garage space to work on those more complicated projects that we want to complete.
We left behind some of our hobbies and tools for those hobbies. I kept my sewing machine and sold the serger. While my heart broke a little to sell it, I knew that I was already stretching things a bit, hauling a sewing machine and some of my gear. But the serger was overkill, and it had to go. Bye-bye, baby luck. So sad.
We are handy people and utilize our tools a lot, but tools are heavy, and we had to make some choices going forward. The chainsaw went, circular saw went, the jigsaw stayed, drill, yes, sawzall, no.
We left behind the large house and property, but in exchange, we added more time and freedom and travel to our lives. We sometimes miss the space our home afforded us, but we don't miss all the stuff that we used to keep just in case we needed it. Living with less is freeing.
We went from 2 cars to 1 truck. We miss having a small economical vehicle for everyday use, but just having 1 vehicle saves on insurance and upkeep. And we use our bicycles more often. Biking to stores or nearby areas.
Added exercise too. I think the biggest thing we left behind was our proximity to family and friends. Ooh, this one was a toughie. We missed the spur-of-the-moment walks with family at Ojibwe Park and family game nights. We miss having the kids over for Sunday night dinner, although that really wouldn't happen very much anymore since all our kids ended up moving far away from our former home. It's tough being away from our parents, who thankfully are all in good health, but aging as we all are. We worry about them and the fact that we're far away if there ever is a problem. Luckily, in today's day and age, we're only a few hours away by plane. Also, our new mobile lifestyle means we can travel to our kids' areas and spend more extended time together with them, weeks or months instead of just a weekend.
What do we not miss about our old lifestyle? Mowing the lawn.
Oh no.
Lots of home maintenance.
Yep.
The RV still requires maintenance, but this 180 square feet of space is easier than 3,000 feet of space that we used to maintain. We don't miss all the shelves of stuff that we had, books, games, tools, gear that we rarely or never used, but somehow felt that we had to hold on to.
Yeah, why is that?
knickknacks and more of everything. Don't get me wrong, these were not easy to just toss in the trash or the giveaway box, of course. At the time, it felt brutally hard to part with these things, even things that we never used. Somehow we had in our minds that these things would someday bring us joy in the future, yet they were never pulled out, never used. Check out our video on how we got rid of those hard to part with items. Although difficult to get rid of, once they were gone from our lives, we didn't miss them and we actually felt freer. We had less, but we had so much more.
For us, that is the bottom line. Yes, we gave up many things in order to live this nomadic lifestyle, but we have gained so much more by doing so. It's not for everyone, but we're loving every minute of it. Revving up the fun, revving up the adventure, RVing it up. Looking forward to seeing you on the road.
Check out some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel.
New content will be posted weekly.